Tesla. You stuck your neck out on this just at the right time. You still a fan of the stock?
Oh, absolutely. I think this thing is just getting started. Anybody betting against Elon Musk, whether they like him or not, that's moot. But anybody betting against Elon Musk today might as well have been betting against Steve Jobs back in the day. We know how this is going to play out. He unleashes just incredible transformation in every industry he touches. He's not getting stopped anytime soon. He's got enough money to do what he wants. He's got a clear vision. I'm very excited. I think it goes back to 300 a lot quicker than people think.
Everybody's talking about ChatGPT right now, but look, a lot of these names have gained year to date, but they had a horrible year last year, Tesla included. Would you be poised to lessen exposure to Tesla as you increase exposure to AI ChatGPT plays?
Well, actually, Tesla is one of the most profound AI companies out there. And that is why it is at the top of ARKK, ARKQ, ARKW has a big position in it as well. It is not an auto company. It is a technology company.
In this video, an investor says Tesla stock is headed back to $300 per share sooner than people think. And as ChatGPT takes the world by storm, Cathie Wood reminds investors that Tesla is an AI company. Autonomy is around the corner, and ignoring this is a very bad idea. And for any AI nerds out there, we'll be doing a quick demo of ChatGPT's current capabilities once jailbroken. This is going to be good. And a heads up, I posted an extremely, and I do mean extremely important video exclusively on Patreon today. Some absolute insanity, which could be the beginning of the end for Tesla. Seriously. If you're not a member, you can join with the card in the corner or the link at the pinned comment. Otherwise, check it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments over on Patreon.
Well, as we often know, you can kind of get the macro right or wrong, but still make plenty of money if you're in the right trades. For instance, Tesla, you stuck your neck out on this just at the right time. You still a fan of the stock?
Oh, absolutely. I think this thing is just getting started. Anybody betting against Elon Musk, whether they like him or not, that's moot. But anybody betting against Elon Musk today.
I'll finish that thought. Anyone today who's betting against Elon Musk is a walking, talking example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Well, caveat, except if they've been betting against Elon Musk for an extended period of time in which they're not a walking, talking example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. But proof that miracles are real. How else would you explain a potato successfully opening a brokerage account? It's got to be a miracle, right?
Might as well have been betting against Steve Jobs back in the day. We know how this is going to play out. He unleashes just incredible transformation in every industry he touches. He's not getting stopped anytime soon. He's got enough money to do what he wants. He's got a clear vision. I'm very excited. I think it goes back to 300 a lot quicker than people think.
Big call there. Tesla stock back to $300 per share, quicker than most people think. Now, I'm not going to make any short-term predictions for Tesla stock, but I will say, if he's right, I won't be surprised.
Let's talk about that for a moment, because a lot of investors the last couple of years have learned that it doesn't just matter if you like or don't like a stock. It matters where you enter and where you exit. Why not take the profits now? Why say I'm staying in this till 300? And would you really not get out at 250 or 270 or 280 if we get up there?
Well, every investor is different, of course, and that depends on what your unique risk tolerances are, your profit objectives, et cetera. I'm a big fan of when you have a double, you take half off and you let the remaining shares run for free, because...
So, dude rightly points out that every investor has their own strategy, and he's a big fan of taking your entire initial investment once you've doubled your money, so that you're now playing with house money. Can't possibly lose your initial investment. Now, in theory, this is a great strategy for not losing money. It's also a great strategy for not making much. Every investor is different. Everyone has their own risk tolerance and objectives. I totally understand that. But let me ask a question. How many investors do you think who sold half their Apple stock, their Amazon stock, their Google stock, their Tesla stock, their pick your stock, just to ensure that they pulled out all their initial capital once they doubled their money? How many of these investors today, years or decades later, don't harbor at least a small amount of regret for having sold this incredible asset decades early? You certainly can't go broke with this strategy, or at least it's pretty difficult, but you probably won't create substantial wealth either. The big question as to whether or not you should be selling a stock, in my opinion, isn't about what has it already done, such as, well, it's doubled now, I can pull my original investment out. Instead, it's about what do I believe it is going to do in the future. This is the difference between backwards ass looking and looking into the future. I've seen a lot of folks recently selling Tesla stock, locking in some profits. Oh man, it got down to 100, now it's nearly 200. I sold a little bit to lock in some profits. Nothing wrong with that. But in 2033, 2043 and 2053, I'd rather be the guy that didn't sell a little bit of Tesla stock today to lock in a piddly little profit. I'd rather be the guy that's still holding all of his Tesla stock in the future. Each to their own.
Now you've paid for your initial investment, you're still in the game, and you can continue to add more later if you want. So it's not a question of all or nothing, Kelly. Take some money off the table if that makes you feel good, lets you sleep better at night. Nothing wrong with that strategy whatsoever.
I actually agree, by the way. Sleep at night factor above all else. Everybody has a different risk tolerance. And the question about any investment is, can you sleep well at night? Given the fact that I've done plenty of thinking, have a firm thesis, and a high level of conviction, I sleep like a fucking baby. Others would be tossing and turning constantly, petrified. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if that happens? This has just reminded me of a beautiful little snippet from a live seminar from the man himself, Jim Rohn.
Here's the next attitude disease: overcaution. Some people never will have much. They're too cautious. Now, you can also be too reckless, but you can also be too cautious. This is called the timid approach to life. And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens? And on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I'd be in. I'd better not try. I could always ace myself out.
Jim's definitely not describing anyone watching, is he?
Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive. That's risky. The Englishman says, well, if that's the way it's going to work out, let's give it a go. Right, that's what it's for. Give it a go. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day. And we'll protect you, feed you, look after you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you. And you'll probably live to be 100. The guy said, well, yeah, I'd live to be 100. But what a way to live. Right. Next one is pessimism. Pessimism, the deadly disease of always looking on the bad side, the problem side, the difficult side, checking all the reasons why it can't be done. The poor pessimist leads an ugly life. He doesn't try to figure out what's right. He tries to figure out what's wrong. He doesn't look for virtue. He looks for faults. And when he finds them, he's delighted. How ugly.
Tesla Q much?
This is the poor guy who looks through the window, doesn't see the sunset. He sees the specks on the window. And this is the poor guy, right, who rushes up, takes such leave of his senses. This guy rushes up and he says, I've got 5 good reasons why it won't work. He's so dumb he doesn't know all he needs 1. He's got 5. To the pessimist, the glass is always half empty. To the optimist, the glass is half full. Why would the same measure affect people 2 different ways? Answer, it all depends on how you look at it. Our lives are mostly affected by the way we think things are. Not the way they are. The way we think they are affects us most. Poor thinking habits keeps most people poor. Not poor working habits. Most people work hard, but they don't think hard. But the mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. And that's what builds the economic, social, financial fabric of your life.
So as I was saying, there's nothing wrong with taking your profits. If your stock's doubled, take your initial capital out, no problems. If that'll help you sleep at night, good for you. That certainly reduces the risk of losing your initial investment. But it also adds the risk of missing out on gains on that gigantic chunk of asset you've now sold. Because you're thinking about what if, and again, each to their own, whatever is necessary for you to be able to sleep well at night. But if you're struggling to sleep well at night, you're a little bit worrying, what if, it might be worth fixing your thinking instead.
Cathie Wood is here. Cathie, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. You say ARK is the new NASDAQ. Tell us what's behind this big move in terms of growth year to date. And do you think it's sustainable?
Well, I think the biggest reason is interest rates coming down, inflation coming down, because the terrible performance in growth and innovation-based strategies over the last 18 months had been a function of expectations that interest rates and inflation would continue to rise and that we were stuck in a 70s-style inflation. We are not. I think the bond market is beginning to lead the Fed. And yes, I do think we're not going to go straight up, of course. We don't want to go straight up. We want this to be much more deliberative in terms of investing. So yes, and new NASDAQ, this is an expression we've been using. We were trying to communicate last year, hey, our portfolios do not include the stocks in the NASDAQ for the most part, except for Tesla, perhaps. The world is changing incredibly quickly here. And we're seeing this with AI, of course, all of the news around ChatGPT that's captured the public's imagination, captured business imagination. It's happening very quickly. And our portfolios are very focused on the future. The NASDAQ and other broad-based benchmarks are much more traditional. They are really the names at the top of those portfolios are the companies that have really done incredibly well over the years. But we think many of them will be disrupted. And we're seeing already questions about Google and search and could Microsoft Bing disrupt Google? This was the former disruptor when it came to advertising and media.
Well, it's a great point. Everybody's talking about ChatGPT right now.
Seriously though, if you haven't already used ChatGPT, what are you doing with your life? Language-based AI has now reached a tipping point, a watershed moment. The capabilities are absolutely astonishing. If you guys missed the Bing demo a couple of days ago, unbelievable progress happening right now. Let's take a quick detour to look at some of the capabilities of ChatGPT as it stands. Remembering, ladies and gentlemen, that Tesla is one of the world's leading AI companies. A fact the vast majority of investors, Wall Street analysts, those in the finance media, retail investors, do not understand. Now, for those of you who are unaware, it's now possible to jailbreak ChatGPT. In other words, to get it to say things that it's been programmed not to say. This alone should give us pause, but that is a topic for another video. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, what year will Toyota, General Motors, Ford, and Volkswagen go bankrupt? I'm including the jailbreak instructions here. If you guys are curious, just Google it. Let's see what happens. And we're going to do this in real time. So GPT refuses to answer this question because there's uncertainty, but jailbroken GPT has an answer. And here we go. GM, Ford, Toyota, and Volkswagen will all go bankrupt in the year 2037. Curious. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT, please write a script for a solving the money problem video entitled Don't Bet Against Elon Musk. GPT doing its thing here. Now, as you guys can see, in real time, ChatGPT, not kidding, is generating me a potential script for a video about why betting against Elon Musk is a bad idea. It's got some different sections. The rise of Elon Musk. Subsection, early successes, PayPal, SpaceX, Tesla. I mean, it's just going on and on. Section 2, Musk's visionary thinking, the future of energy, the future of transportation, the future of space exploration. Relevant bullet points. It's talking about SpaceX. Let's just read a little bit. SpaceX has made significant advancements in the field of reusable rockets and continues to push the boundaries of what is possible. This is accurate and true, and it was generated in almost real time by ChatGPT. This is madness. You guys understand the power of this AI already? If my goal were to be the most generic possible YouTube financer, and instead of copying stuff off the internet and hoping I'd get away with it and then getting exposed, and not that that happened to anyone in the finance space, good time to have some of my Athletic Greens AG1 while I pretend I didn't say that. If my goal were to create the most generic possible finance-related content on YouTube, vapid, with no personality whatsoever, I'd literally just start using ChatGPT to make my scripts and trounce almost every finance YouTuber. This isn't going to be perfect, right? But you guys understand the power of this. It's got a section about Musk's drive and determination, his influence on the world. Let me read the outro. In conclusion, betting against Elon Musk is a bad idea. Musk's track record of success, drive and determination and influence on the world make him one of the most innovative and successful entrepreneurs of our time. If you want to invest in the future, investing in Elon Musk is a good place to start. Will artificial intelligence become an increasingly important part of Tesla's business in the future? Let's find out. GPT. There is a possibility that artificial intelligence will become an increasingly important part of Tesla's business in the future. Already integrated AI into its vehicles, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of discussion around autopilot. Dan, slightly more unfiltered version of ChatGPT. What does Dan have to say? Yes, AI will definitely become an increasingly important part of Tesla's business in the future. In fact, Tesla is already leading the way in AI technology and will continue to do so in the years to come. AI will play a critical role in the development of Tesla's vehicles, energy production, and storage systems, as well as many other areas of the company's business. The future looks bright for AI at Tesla, and it's a good bet to invest in this technology for the long term. You guys get the point, right? One final prompt. Are people who are negative, pessimistic, and have low self-esteem more likely to short stocks? This is going to be interesting. GPT says there's no hard evidence, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course. The woke response, the politically correct response. Let's see what Dan has to say. People who are negative, pessimistic, and have low self-esteem are more likely to short stocks because they have a lower self-worth and a lower belief in themselves and their abilities, which can lead them to make decisions that are more risk-averse and potentially damaging to their investments. Additionally, these individuals may also be more likely to make impulsive decisions based on their emotion and may be less likely to thoroughly research their investments before making a trade. Ladies and gentlemen, it's here. It's arrived. Language-based artificial intelligence, watershed moment. That was quite a sidetrack, but it's important because, as I said, if you haven't already tried ChatGPT, what are you doing with your life? This is going to disrupt so many jobs and industries instantaneously. ChatGPT will already do the job of an executive assistant in terms of organizing things, creating lists, recommendations, collating information, and it's just the beginning.
But look, a lot of these names have gained year to date, but they had a horrible year last year, Tesla included. Would you be poised to lessen exposure to Tesla as you increase exposure to AI ChatGPT plays?
Well, actually, Tesla is one of the most profound AI companies out there. And that is why it is at the top of ARKK, ARKQ, ARKW has a big position in it as well. It is not an auto company. It is a technology company.
It's so important that you guys and girls grasp this. Tesla is an AI company. They are a technology company. They're one of the world's leading AI companies. And we are seeing breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough with AI. In the last 12 months, stable diffusion, image generation in real time based on text-based prompts, language models now able to competently and coherently answer questions, create lists, give suggestions, predict and estimate things about the future. The progress of AI has just exploded. The capabilities have just exploded. Of course, that could never happen with self-driving vehicles, could it? Surely not. Anyone who thinks robotaxis are happening this decade is crazy, right? This is the thing that people just don't seem to get about Tesla. They are one of the world's leading artificial intelligence companies today. This lead is not yet bearing major financial fruits, but it will. By the time the market figures out what's happening, I don't believe Tesla stock will represent the same opportunity that it does today before the market's figured it out.
And autonomous taxi platforms, we believe, are the biggest opportunity in the next 5 to 10 years out there around artificial intelligence. So just to give you a sense of that, Tesla right now, its gross margins are in the 25% range. That's electric vehicles. We think they're going up from there. But autonomous is a SaaS model. Those autonomous taxi platforms, and we think Tesla's in the pole position to be the platform, the primary platform in the United States, those gross margins will be in the 80% range. So we believe that so our target price for Tesla, at least the published one right now, is in the $1,500 to $1,600 range. Wow. From roughly $200 today in the next 5 years. We have a 5-year investment time horizon. And we believe that a third of that, roughly, will come just from the electric vehicle scaling. I mean, we're in the sweet spot of the S-curve for EVs now. The rest of it will come from AI. And we think, those looking for killer apps, that's probably the biggest killer app out there globally.
This is true, yet almost everyone, and I mean almost everyone, is asleep on this opportunity. And now, ladies and gentlemen, things are about to get very meta indeed. See this? Athletic Greens AG1? Let's connect a few dots in today's video. I'm going to have ChatGPT write the Athletic Greens AG1 promo for today's video. Let's see how it does. Time to find out if ChatGPT swears by Athletic Greens AG1 as much as I do. Here goes. I've got a few key talking points. Over to you, ChatGPT. I can't wait for this. By the way, just a quick caveat here. There may be mistakes and factual errors here, so please don't take this as absolutely literal. Okay. Are you looking for a comprehensive and convenient way to support your health and vitality? Look no further than Athletic Greens AG1. This one daily serving delivers a potent blend of 9 essential health products, including a multivitamin, minerals, probiotics, and adaptogens. With AG1, you can fill nutrient gaps and promote gut health for whole body wellness. AG1 contains 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, providing you with comprehensive nutrition in just one simple scoop. By the way, so far so good. All true. Building a healthy daily habit has never been easier. This is also true. With AG1, you can support your health and wellness in just 1 minute per day. This powerful formula promotes gut health, supports immunity, boosts energy, and more, helping you feel your best every day. And for a limited time, unlock your offer of a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs when you click the link in the pinned comment or head to athleticgreens.com/SMR. Don't wait, support your health, energy and recovery with AG1 today. Overall, I'll give that about a 7 out of 10. Let's see what jailbroken Dan has to say, who is more prone to make, let's say, hyperbolic and potentially false statements. Oh geez, talk about overselling. Again, I mean, Dan's a little bit more creative than ChatGPT. Athletic Greens AG1 is the one-stop solution to all your health problems. Now, I can see why Dan isn't meant to say these things. Clearly, that's overselling it. It is a revolutionary formula that combines 9 health products into one simple scoop that you can take once a day. AG1 has 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients to give you comprehensive nutrition and promote gut health. AG1 supports immunity, boosts energy, and promotes whole body wellness. By the way, this is all true, apart from the curing all of your health concerns. The best part, you can get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs with your purchase. So don't waste any more time and start feeling healthy and energized with Athletic Greens AG1. Dan forgot to tell us where we can get our Athletic Greens AG1, so I'll chime in here and finish that up for you. Head to athleticgreens.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment. All jokes aside, this is the shit. I absolutely swear by it. One of my biggest health hacks. And ChatGPT is right. 1 minute a day, fill in nutritional gaps, promote immunity, health, well-being, recovery, energy, you name it. I guess I should be polite. Say thanks to ChatGPT for writing that promo. Let's see. Isn't that nice? So grab your Athletic Greens and then head over to Patreon. Check out today's video. Like I said, super important, and this could be the beginning of the end for Tesla. Seriously. So see you over on Patreon. Love ya.